Hey, good morning. It's Sanford here, inspirational life coach to the arts. According to research, parents have five top fears that they are the most concerned about. And today I wanted to address that with how my Unlock to Unleash circus and critical thinking workshops address those five primary fears. Now, I have my notes here, so I want to make sure I stay close to that, which will also keep me tight with time as well. So forgive me if I look down on occasion. And so I just want to go right into that, to those fears. The first fear that parents have is that their child will go to school, get all this education, but they will not be able to get primary opportunities where they can excel. And the way that the Unlock to Unleash program addresses that in their workshop is focusing less on things and focusing more on imagination. Now, of course, we will go more into depth with that at the workshop, which is a one-day workshop, and it goes from 9 to 5. The second fear that parents have primarily is that their child will be hurt or harmed by someone. And the Unlock to Unleash program gives them tools that allow them to have an awareness of self-respect and self-love. It also builds a commitment for them to understand that everyone wants to be happy and no one really wants to hurt someone, unless, of course, they have a mental imbalance where they're not totally in control of what they do and how they do it. But for the most part, everyone has this compassion within them where they want to do great things. They want to be the very best being that they can be. And in the workshop, we give the kids tools to address that. The second fear that parents have is that their child will be harmed in a car accident. Well, this is something that's really close to my heart because I had a friend who, when she was young, well, I say she was young, we were both young back then, she dropped some friends off at home during the Christmas holiday, and it was snowing. She was quite tired when she drove home, and she went off the road and crashed into a tree and killed herself. And she was only 18 at the time. So I understand that fear, and obviously with media bringing everything a lot closer, those sort of fears are in our face all the time. So in our workshop, we teach our participants how to respect a car, to respect machines, to respect things that have powers that are huge. A car is just, it can be a huge weapon. And so we don't necessarily talk about the car, but we talk about respecting power and the power within ourselves as well, and controlling the controllables. When you're in a car, there are certain things that you can do to control, such as your seatbelt, such as check your mirrors, such as going the speed limit, such as not using your mobile phone. So we address these issues in a circus-based way, along with the critical thinking. The fourth fear is, which is big in the media, is bullying. Now, of course, when I was at school, I was bullied, and I was a bully. And that boiled down to a lot of self-love and letting my environment rule how I was and how I thought. And so in our workshop, we address that in the way of allowing the participants to look at the bully that sits inside of them and the victim as well, because I believe we both have those in our bodies. It's like a disease. A lot of people say that the gene for cancer is already in our body. I think the same way about bullying and being a victim is already in our body, and it's set up from our environment and our situations. So we do exercises particularly, this happens particularly in the circus element of the workshop, of getting people to look at those ways that they may look at failure, they may look at not getting their needs met, the way they look at wanting things to be perfect. So we address that in the workshop as well. And then the fifth fear that a lot of parents have is, will my child be overweight or underweight? In other words, obese and or anorexic. Now, in the worlds in which I come from, the cheerleading and the dance world, this is something that's always a concern of the parents, of the coaches, and of the athletes themselves. And it's just a matter of finding that balance of what I teach in the workshop. So we'll have two special guests coming in to teach this. It's called Eating the Colors of the Rainbow. And they also devise a simple yet concise workout that people can do to make sure that their weight stays at a healthy weight for their height and the time in their life. So we'll definitely address that in the workshop. Now, if you're not too sure what the Unlock to Unleash workshop is all about and why it was brought about, this is because I felt that there was a need to address those fears and to address the issues that we have in schools in a system that is set up to educate, I think, the whole, but really school is designated for that 1 to 3% of people that really are focused in that direction, in that academic style. Our youth and we as adults have so many complex ways of using our intelligence, and that can be musically intelligent. That could be a very hands-on fixing things. You know, if you're a sort of person, sort of guy that likes to fix cars, that's your intelligence. If you're the sort of woman that loves, you know, the arts, or you want to look at science, you know, those things could be those are your intelligence. Everyone has a variety of different intelligence, and we address those in the Unlock to Unleash workshop. So it's unlocking the fears to get to that extraordinary potential, your intelligence, that thing that would make you the most successful in this life. And of course, we know on my team that it's all about self-love, self-respect. It's about compassion and understanding where your extraordinary potential lies. And we're definitely tap into those and open up our youth for the next generation to really excel at doing what they love and what they're meant to be doing on this planet. If you want more information on the Unlock to Unleash workshop, you can, of course, hit me up here on Facebook. You can look for my, what am I saying? Oh, you can email me at cheersport@me.com. That's CHEERSPORT@me.com. Or you can call me on 0415-805-256. Our next workshop is happening very soon, and I look forward to hearing from you real soon. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, love your mission. Peace!